Well, because a hedge fund investment is expensive, right? I mean, if like if you know, because at those levels, by the way, you're not talking options and stocks anymore. You're talking hedge funds, you're talking private equity, things along those lines. Well, a typical investment in a hedge fund or in a private equity fund, one share starts at like 500,000 US dollars, right? So can you have a properly diversified portfolio if you only have 20 million? Maybe, maybe not, right? So that's why those minimums are so high in wealth management. Because I mean, your private banker, your investment advisor isn't able to really properly diversify you when one single hedge fund share is $500,000. One single private equity share is $500,000, right? And then like at 15 million, you can't even participate in any of the private offerings, right? Because that's a whole other ballgame of finance, right? Of a company will approach like a Goldman Sachs and say, hey, we need to raise money and we want to do it from private investors. Can you put us up in front of your wealth management people or your wealth management clients? And like, that might be something where the minimum investment is they want somebody who, they don't want to talk to anybody unless they can make a minimum investment of $10 million. Like that'll be the requirement to invest in that private offering. And there's plenty of people, by the way, out there who can do that, right? Like again, there is vast amounts of money out there, right? So from a quant perspective or an algorithmic perspective, what does that proper portfolio mix look like? When you're talking about cash, existing investments in stocks, existing investments in my own company, right? Because most of those people tend to be entrepreneurs, so they tend to have their own stock from their own history of work. And then what does that look like if I want to do a private offering and 3 hedge fund investments this year? Like